We know they were the unsung heroes of World War II, the Tuskegee Airmen. These devoted men were America's first black military airmen trained in Tuskegee, Alabama, and now one of the last remaining warriors from right here in Louisiana has passed away, leaving behind a legacy of giving and service. Despite his passing, the stories of Albert Porsche Sr. live on among his daughters.
He said, "Oh, you caught me that time."
Caught me red-handed.
But one story certainly sticks out among the rest. His time as a Tuskegee Airman.
He loved his country, and he was so proud to be a part of the military.
At just 17 years old, the young man from Houma joined the Army, lying about his age to serve his country during World War II. But he would soon find his way to an even greater purpose.
His captain called him over to this Air Force captain and said, the man said, "Young man, you want to make history?" And he said, "I guess so, yes sir, go pack your bags."
Porsche would arrive overnight on a military base in Alabama, overwhelmed and in awe.
When he got to that Tuskegee base and saw hundreds of colored men, as he said, in uniform, all the way up the ranks, he said, blew him away, and he knew then it was something much bigger than him.
The Tuskegee Airmen were the first black military aviators in the U.S. Army Air Corps, flying thousands of missions. Porsche served as a bombardier with the 99th Fighter Squadron, loading the bombs on the plane. But despite their bravery and commitment, Porsche and his fellow comrades didn't receive due recognition when returning home. But that didn't hinder his faith or love of country.
He said, "Do you know, Bay?" He loved to say, "Bay, people in other countries treated us better than they do here at our own home." And that was just, you know, it really was sad to hear him say that for what he had gave to his country.
But he was saying, forgiveness is much better. Don't be bitter, be better.
From the skies to the roads and eventually the water. After his time in the military, Porsche went on to drive trucks cross-country and retire as a longshoreman. In his final days, he began to be overtaken by dementia. But even at 95 years old, he always had a tale to tell.
He would start talking, everybody grab their cell phone. You start letting it roll to hear him talking.
And he will forever live on in history and the hearts of those who knew him.
How do you want your dad to be remembered?
As a great man of respect, a man of love, and he would just give you his heart if he can live without it.
And Porsche will be laid to rest tomorrow at Second Morning Star Baptist Church here in New Orleans with services to begin at 9 a.m.